Hey guys, so when Wes hit me up via email about sending over a new model Contrail, absolutely, yeah, send it. I want to see it. I'm sure the viewers want to see it because it should be common knowledge now that Nodus is making some really good value proposition watches with top tier quality control, and that's super important when you're dealing with the micro brands. These guys assemble these in over in LA in the United States. So yes, a lot of the parts are coming from elsewhere, but they actually assemble them here, so they have absolute control over the quality of their product before they ship them out, and that's super important. So now that that's out of the way, let's talk about this new model. So one of the obvious features of the change on this particular Contrail is the 12-hour bezel, and it is a bidirectional. And it is one of the smoothest bidirectional bezels I've ever seen, and that's partly because they went above and beyond as far as the design of that or the materials used. So what they did is they used 3 ball bearings in that system. A lot of them either use a spring or they'll use 1 ball bearing or something like that. So they have 3 in here. So it's going to be nice and robust, and it's going to have a nice long life of smooth action. So no worries about failure there. You have a screw down crown, so you're definitely going to have some water resist there. I believe it's 200 meter. And then, of course, I believe this one's still using the Miyota 9015, so pretty much standard affair when it comes to the overall aspects of the Contrail. But the new bezel is the big feature, and of course the dial is quite different, quite changed. You don't have that, gone is that heavy texture they had, and they paired it up with a really nice shimmer dial. So I think it's a nice, tasteful dial to pair up with the rest of the features on this watch. You can see here it has a short H-link bracelet, so getting the size correct is going to be a piece of cake. And of course you have a ton of micro adjusts, 6 micro adjusts down here on this milled bracelet. So you're going to be able to get a fit perfect, because that can be a concern with H-link bracelets, if you guys know or not. And that first link obviously articulates, so again, focus on comfort here. So you can get that to lay flat, and those lugs definitely curve down and they are drilled, so easy strap changes. Let's talk about the size real quick. It maintains that, I think I measured the watch itself at about 39.5 millimeter. If you catch it at the bezel, you're like 40.5, so half on each side. That's not really going to affect the way it wears, just the way it looks. It definitely wears like a comfortable 40 millimeter watch. The lug to lug is only 47.5 millimeter. The thickness, but this includes this, box style, really thick. I think the crystal they use, the sapphire crystal, is like 4 millimeter thick. So it's very robust, but you get 13.3 millimeter thick overall. I think if you were to exclude that box crystal, I think you'd be closer to, 11. But 20 mil lug width, and it does taper down to about an 18, actually just a touch under 18. So nice to have a taper on that H-link too. Everything here, this is a really good package for the price. And honestly, Wes didn't tell me the price on this one, but I looked up the prices of the previous ones, which I think are pretty much all sold out. The fixed bezel Contrail was like $550, and then the dive one was like $625. So I'm guessing this one to be close to that, maybe a touch above that dive one. So I'll put that down in the description. Obviously, when this gets launched, I'll put a link down in the description and everything, so you guys will have all that information. But really good finish, brushed finish, polished on the side of the links there. And you can see you have a nice polished bit along the relief here, along the side of the case. So well done with the textures and everything. Signed crown, really cool case back, showing the contrails of the 3 jets flying along there. You do have some information. Designed and assembled in Los Angeles. So that's very, very cool. Solid end links, of course. I'll give you a wrist shot on my 7.25 inch wrist. Super, super comfortable and just wears great. This is going to be a crowd pleaser for sure. So, and I'll definitely give you a Loom shot here in a minute, because I want to talk about another little thing I kind of discovered. So I think we covered everything. The bezel action is like really, really smooth and a pleasure to operate. But let's talk about, I need a little bit of backlight, but not too much. So I want to talk about the Loom, because I think they're using a really good heavy application of C3 Loom. So you can see it glows really bright there. But what I wanted to point out, and it's hard to tell under the studio lights, but you see that seconds hand? The end of it, that when you look at it in the light, the seconds hand looks like it's just completely white, but they actually dipped or applied on the very end of the seconds hand there a small application of Loom. So very, very slick touch, kind of sneaking it in there, but I definitely caught it when I was doing some Loom enjoyment. But if you look up close, you can actually see it on the seconds hand. Hopefully you guys can see that. Yeah, you can see the texture changes on it. So really cool, but that seconds hand goes all the way out to the edge. And so you have that track going around the outside there with your minute track there. So definitely a well-designed watch. Good job, guys over at Nodus. You can tell they're passionate and watch enthusiasts. And I definitely look forward to the brand continuing to put out excellent watches for us to enjoy at such value-driven pricing. So anyway, guys, let me know what you think on this guy, and definitely give a shout out to guys over at Nodus and let them know that you're fans, and look forward to more awesome colorways of their existing line and potential new projects coming up. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you very soon on the next video.